The final Black Ops 6 Zombies map, The Reckoning, is close. We know the wonder weapon for the map, the new side boss or enemy, whatever you want to call him, Uber Klaus or Mecha Klaus, along with loads of other things as well. So over on the Treyarch blog, I will leave the link to it down in the description. They have given us a description of the map. Up on screen now is the roadmap of all of the content that we are going to be getting. It will be coming out on August the 7th, which is the beginning of Season 5, and some updates will come mid-season as well. So aside from the map itself, they are advertising the Gorgex wonder weapon. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Mr. Peaks field upgrade, which sounds really interesting. The new enemy, and then some gameplay updates as well. The new Grief Arena, directed mode, cranked, and a new support weapon, which is the combat bow. Taking a look at exactly what Treyarch said then, along with the images, and they do show some of the map in the Season 5 trailer as well. Looming over the sleepy settlement of Liberty Falls, the Project Janus headquarters, 3 edifice known locally as Janus Towers, now teeters on the verge of collapse. Constructed between, and I'm guessing that says Shattered Vale and Liberty Falls or Colton Hall, this vast and vertical facility is separated into Redacted, with Ethereum slowly being released into Redacted, enormous reactors, Redacted, limitless power, but at a price. The tower systems appear to be critically damaged, and total failure is imminent. Stabilizing the ether reactors seems to be the initial overriding goal before even greater threats must be faced. Prepare to confront cosmic chaos in the latest chapter of the Black Ops 6 Zombies narrative. And honestly, just looking at this map, a lot of it reminds me of the final map for Cold War Zombies Forsaken, especially how we had the 2 different areas, the normal facility, and then the area that you could teleport to, which felt more dark etherified, if you know what I mean. This is kind of giving off that same vibe compared to all of the other maps that we've had so far, which feel more realistic and set in reality, whereas this one fully embraces the Dark Ether, and besides from the Dark Ether Nexus in the tomb, we haven't really seen that so far. There is the church in Liberty Falls, but the vibe I'm getting combined with the wonder weapon, the map feels like it's embracing the cosmic side of zombies. Taking a closer look at the map then, it says, assuming no cons interference, expect Peck, Revanov and Strauss to provide valuable support, with Raptor 1 always skybound to exfil should the situation go even more sideways. But what of Dr. Pericles Panos, who sacrificed Alpha Team to return himself from the Dark Ether, and Security Chief John Blanchard, last seen pursuing Panos into the towers? Then there's both Sam and Director Richtofen. From the moment you step into the now debris-strewn lobby, it soon becomes clear that the towers have seen better days. Laboratories, computing and research, offices, and more secretive chambers may be accessed by more novel means of transportation. Redacted parachutes, Redacted anti-gravity personnel launchers to Redacted ether vents, Redacted with low gravity, robot assembly, Redacted attuned accelerator. So it sounds like there's multiple different ways of accessing certain parts of the map and transportation. You can see in the snippet of trailer that we have right here, we are parachuting into the map. So that's not just something in the trailer, that's something we are able to do to access certain areas of Janus Towers. I'm guessing kind of similar to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and I think they had this in Outbreak as well, where you could enter a rift, a portal, and it would spit you out in the sky, allowing you to parachute across the map. So perhaps we can enter a portal in this map and it's going to spit us out in the sky, allowing us to access the roof area. But yeah, there's loads of different areas here with loads of different methods of transportation that you can get to them. Parachutes, anti-gravity launchers, ether vents, there's some kind of low gravity, everything, which you would expect because this is the headquarters of Project Janus. We've had Shattered Vale, the mansion, which was doing side projects, so was Terminus Island, but the main stuff, it seems, went down here. So all of Richtofen and Project Janus's deepest, darkest secrets and latest technology intertwined with the Dark Ether should be seen in this map. And that's exciting because Zombies, as of late, and I would even say Black Ops 3 as a whole, I don't think has quite been as good as it could. All of this stuff I'm seeing mentioned here is what I wanted to see throughout the whole game. Moving on though, the new elite enemy is Uber Klaus. We've heard about him for a long time. He has been in the game files called Mecha Klaus, so we guess by his name Klaus will be returning in some sort of enemy form in Black Ops 6, and he has. The research and development program of Project Janus appears to have been more evolved than originally thought, developing many more robots in the Klaus assembly lab than first anticipated. The greatest of these threats is the Uber Klaus, a murderous automaton encased in a toughened, bulky exoskeleton that maintains a cocky attitude, lethal efficiency, and super strength, all directed at newly programmed threats. Enemy takedown tactics are unknown at this point. though combat is likely to be focused on disrupting the Uberklaus form's heavy shielding and avoiding its melee attacks. Once the exoskeleton is broken, the Uberklaus's core will eject, revealing its second deadly form. The Uberklaus core increases in agility, sacrificing defense for less lumbering locomotion and flying capabilities thanks to rocket-powered hover boots. It continues to employ energy-based arm-mounted launchers, while its defensive Tesla coil shield can prevent your incoming attacks. I mean, yeah, Mechaklaus looks awesome, obviously sort of giving off Panzer vibes because of his size and mechanical suit, but looks way different and sounds like it acts way different as well. As far as other enemies go, we are told emergency enforcement protocols may have already been triggered across all 3 towers, resulting in periodic robot battalions known as Commando Klaus, homing in on perceived intruders. Preceded by a strange red mist, these automated enemies have had their higher functions disconnected and self-destruct sequences activated, and should be dispatched with swift and focused aggression. Mechanical threats are only one of the expected advisories. Reports of zombified Project Janus security and administrative personnel, the remains of scientists, hazmat crews, and even experimental mutations are confirmed to be active within the towers. The new wonder weapon on the Reckoning is Gorgex. Latest intel all but confirm Janus Towers may be hiding a new and grotesquely potent wonder weapon known as the Gorgex. Partially charred experimentation notes indicate the existence of a bioetheric armament, combining fungal, floral, and insectile traits to deliver precise impact damage and gravity-defying disruption in close quarters. Glowing membrane on the weapon shows hints of motion and circulation under the surface. The weapon seems to pulse and breathe, with a beating central heart-like organ that pumps energy through the weapon. Due to the saturation of the dark ether and other unknown energies, the weapon is said to emit faint psychic vibrations. This thing looks epic. It doesn't look like it would do much damage, but clearly it does. What can it do though? Well, on impact, it inflicts a dense area of direct damage with a tight area of effect, and the damage of the impact varies depending on whether you charge the attack before releasing the button. Shortly after impact, energy from a fully charged blast dissipates outwards, inflicting damage in a wide area. The dissipation seems to cause a focused temporary gravitational anomaly, catching and incapacitating enemies to float at just above head height, and it appears there are 2 additional variations of the weapon, perhaps similar to the wonder weapon we saw in Mao the Totem, where you have a pistol version and then a shotgun-like version of it, and then a assault rifle / SMG version of the gun as well. With this, you can see why I said I'm getting kind of a Forsaken vibe from this, or even more so, perhaps Revelations, especially with the weapon, and it being an alien cosmic type gun, which is what the Apothicon Servant was. And then some other features for the map. There is unstable gravity. Due to experiments conducted in the Redacted, this chamber may experience fluctuating gravity, with projectile weaponry and movement affected during these intermittent gravitic anomalies. So a little bit similar to the crypt in Der Eisendrache then, but not really. There are teleporters we can use, and anti-gravity personnel launchers, a novel and likely completely safe means of transportation. Used in pairs, the launchers create a focused tunnel of gravity, allowing the user the illusion of flight and the ability to jump from one location, such as the tower balcony or the overlook, to another. So that's all of the main stuff for Janus Towers, or the Reckoning. I think Janus Towers actually sounds better for a name. I guess the Reckoning is more generic, but it's still good. But yeah, alongside that we've got Grief for the map. Nothing too exciting there unless you like that mode. Directed mode, again, that's expected. And Team Cranked as well. The combat bow is also coming as a support weapon, and then what I'm excited about, for a change, instead of a new perk, there is a new field upgrade, which is Mr. Peaks. They say summon Mr. Peaks in our reality to create chaos as the deadly and distracting bunny bursts out the moves and bashes undead brains to a raving disco beat. Once Mr. Peaks arrives in your hands, throw the hairy helper into the fray, and he gleefully attracts normal and special enemies and attacks any undead within his wandering radius, savaging foes until they explode in a shower of bright confetti. On screen are all of his upgrades. To be honest, it sounds like it's going to be a good field upgrade, but more than anything to me, this is just a really cool one. It's not your normal field upgrade weapon, this is zombies. In the couple of seconds of footage from the gameplay clips or trailers that we got, you can see in the background there is the containment chamber that the Forsaken ended up being contained in back in Black Ops Cold War. That's the first time we've seen that. We've been wondering where the Forsaken is. Whether he's still in it or not, we don't know, but his containment chamber is there in Janus Towers. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts on the map in the comment section below. Are you excited? Drop a like rating if you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date with the latest content, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.